cool.
Welcome back, Fun Fam. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun, the Daily Dish. Happy Martin Luther King Day, everybody. I hope wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day, morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whenever you're watching. All over the world, people are watching. Lots of good things happening. I've noticed some browser issues this morning, technical issues. I don't know if those glitches that I saw on my end were going out to your end or not, but there were definitely some glitchy things happening on this end of the stream. And man, I tried to cut that down today. Anyhow, and yeah, and things are still, my devices aren't working right. One of my biggest frustrations of touch screen devices is that you touch them and something is supposed to happen when you touch them and then nothing happens. It's I have a huge issue with that. It comes from growing up in the I was born in the early 70s, 71, and I grew up in the 70s and 80s. And back then, when you clicked a switch, the moment you clicked the switch, something happened. So, for example, if you clicked the light switch, the light would turn on. If you clicked it off, it would turn off immediately. There was no delay. And so, since all this touch screen technology has happened, it's very frustrating when for decades of my life I was trained that when you click, something immediately happens. And sometimes touch screens experience a really bad delay or lag, and it's super annoying and frustrating. And it doesn't seem like I'm ever going to get over that because it just is the way it is. But hopefully, you guys are doing great out there. It's Martin Luther King Day. It's Inauguration Day. Things are massively about to change today. It's Mr. Fulton Mraz's birthday, even if he's not in the chat. I remembered. So here's the thing, guys. If Mr. Fulton Mraz shows up in the chat, could everybody just bombard him immediately with happy birthday? I believe it's his 26th birthday today. So, and I am drinking my caffeine in my Dr. Strange cup. As I get ready to say hi to everybody in the chat. Let's see who all is here today. Looked like Native Hawaiian. I believe you were the first through the door this morning. Aloha and good morning, y'all, says Native Hawaiian. Oh, the other thing that's happening today is today begins the first full week of the Festival of the Arts at Epcot. It started on Friday, but that's the end of a week. So it started over a weekend. And today it begins the first full week. It's also very, very cold here in Orlando. What is the current temperature right now? Current temperature. 45 degrees. Holy crow. And what did I think WDW Pro just wrote me. I'm actually conversing with WDW Pro, ironically enough. Let's see here. I'm going to give him the invite just in case. Is there a reason I can't? There we go. He said he's about to record with Ron Coleman, so it's all good. That's just funny. Okay. That's what happens on this show. This show is so different because it's early. It's not. So this is, and I hope you guys are okay with this show being informal. You can let me know in the chat if you guys are good with this show being much more of an informal show than some of the others. We have the time right now to do that. You guys, Juliet says, good afternoon, follow the Bradleys and chat. Carter C is here and he says happy inauguration day and go and Shogi, you beautiful wrench you. Go and Shogi, I had some assets that I was making for you and I lost them. I have to regenerate them with AI. Jaden .S0428 says, hello. Well, hello, Jaden. Happy Inauguration Day. Happy MLK Day. Hiya, Juliet from Native Hawaiian and going Shogi and Juliet. Juliet. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good morning. US. Yes, we are back. We are back. I am so interested in the things that are going to happen. Can you believe that crap this morning with the pardons? How do you pardon somebody before they're found guilty? Don't they have to be a convicted criminal before you pardon them? That's weird. Can't preemptively pardon people. I'm pretty sure that is an illegal move, not a criminal move, just not in line with things that are legal. So but the point is, that's I don't know what that was about. Hey Ron, sup? Happy Trump Day. By the way, if you are in the chat and you do not care for President Trump, that is perfectly fine. I'm totally cool with that. You guys need to know that. I support Trump as the president. And by the way, you should know that it's not as a quote unquote Republican, although he has kind of changed the whole party. It's not what it once was. And I'm happy that it's not what it once was. It is a very open platform party welcoming people from all walks of life. And I love that. And it's very different. And Canadian Family Life is here. Canadian Family Life, we are talking about for you Festival of the Arts at Epcot. Some Disney stuff will be happening this morning. I love Festival of the Arts. It is my favorite Disney festival. I'm going to be quite positive about Festival of the Arts today. So if you're against positive Disney, I mean, the thing of it is, it's like, I call the shots, balls, and strikes. If I think there's something good, It's good. If I don't love it, I don't love it. It's whatever it is. It's cold. The weather's not great for the festival right now. Y'all got our cold wind. It crushed us. Now it's everyone else's turn. Woof. Well, I hope we don't get the fires. I don't think we'll get those out here. Equus Heart says, good morning. And Equus Heart says, I love the show as it is. Well, I appreciate that because it's very, very loose. My beautiful wife is in the chat. And she says, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. ¿Cómo están todos? Oh, no. Sorry that happened. I lost a project once and almost steamrolled my computer. It's not a huge deal. I'll just regenerate the assets. It wasn't any video. It was all some photographs. The funny thing is, I think I'm going to regenerate it this time without the salmon. It was kind of redheaded chef with salmon. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know. It's going to be something that celebrates you every time you do the gifties and fun stuff like that. So, and hey, guess who showed up in the chat, everybody? Come on now. I told you what to do. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday from everybody to Mr. Fulton Mraz. There it is. There it is. I see you guys dropping those birthday wishes. Happy birthday, Mr. Fulton Mraz. All right, we're going to sing happy birthday to you in just a second. There it is. Everybody is saying happy birthday to you today, Mr. Fulton Mraz. Yeah. Hey, Shogi, everybody's saying hi. All right, so everybody, let's sing together, even though it's really just me you're going to hear. Where is it? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I'm looking through the chat, trying to find it. There it is. There it is. There it is. Your big 26th birthday. Okay, ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Fulton Mraz. Happy birthday to you. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. That's it. I used to love to do that one. Or happy birthday. We're glad you made it here. It's time to get excited for a brand new birthday year. Happy birthday. We're glad you came and seen us. I have learned lots of birthday songs from different restaurants I've worked at. This was one from El Chico. Happy birthday. We're glad you came to see us. We hope that you enjoy your birthday sopapillas. Hey! That was when we would give out a birthday sopapilla. And it's always fun to go to a restaurant on your birthday when they do something special for you. But I've learned there's one Mexican restaurant I might want to go to for my birthday this year because they have free fried ice cream, and I love that stuff. Let me look here. I got pretty good at piping happy birthday and chocolate on dessert plates. I would imagine. So typically what you'll get at Disney for your birthday is a really, really tiny thing, like this big. And yeah, nothing big, nothing major there. I do want to let people know that we do a celebration on this channel because of you guys. As you know, outside of this caffeine, which is helping me out a great deal, you guys, just like the Autobots and Decepticons and Transformers, need their Energon because that's what they run on. You guys are my Energon. You guys are the Energon that makes this guy transform and roll out of bed in the morning to see
toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
Energy. Let's see here. Indeed, this stuff is the greatest, but you are the greatest. So anytime you drop super chat, super thanks, super stickers, somebody becomes a member of the channel during the stream, or memberships are gifted during the stream, or somebody drops a PayPal or a buy me a coffee. Which I still got to work on my buy me a coffee website. That's what is buy me a coffee? That's like Patreon. It's Patreon with a different name. Okay, I actually technically have a Patreon too, but I gotta figure out. I'm gonna probably Patreon is the better known name, but buy me a coffee works the same type of thing. And it's, for me, I like it because it's really my buy me a Dole Whip, because I like Dole Whip and Parks. So, but anytime any of those things are dropped during the show, we have celebrations. We're going to have a big celebration at the end of the show today for the inauguration. But what does a celebration entail? Well, it could be a short or a longer or something of some dancing with some custom emojis that you guys dropped and danced during the video. And are you guys ready to see what one of those might look like? Well, here it is. Let's celebrate.
Is it too much? Too much? It's the birthday!
Oh, this is just the best of us see. Okie dokie artichoke. We got some celebration. It's going down. I know they come in slow. Let's see. There's something I want to see if I can find. I don't know if I can find it or not. I did. I actually found it. A friend of mine, his name is Terry Sanders. I got to get him on the show one of these days. He might usually be working at this time of day. I hope you guys didn't hear any of that. I don't know if you did or not. But what I want to do is this little birthday wish for... There's Erica. Hello, Erica and Raph coming in. Hey, if you want to be on the show today, I can send you the link. Let me see, because today is a very loosey-goosey type of show. Share screen is what I want to do. This is also for Mr. Fulton Amaraz, so I'm going to share this. Let's see. I want to see if I can blow it up. And I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to put it on the screen. Mr. Fulton Maraz, this message is for you.
Oh, did you hear that? That's right. A little bird just told me that someone special, you, is having a birthday. Happy birthday, hon. Yes, indeed. This is me, Grandma Beulah. And I heard through the grapevine that it is your birthday. Now, I want to wish you the best one ever. But I'm going to tell you, be careful, because whenever you blow out those candles, don't blow your teeth out with it. Been there, done that. Ooh, but it means more cake for you. Happy birthday, honey.
That is my buddy Terry that I used to work with at Silver Dollar City. I hope you guys enjoy that happy birthday wish from Grandma Beulah. Terry is Grandma Beulah. Where is my thing? Thing. Let's see if it goes through. Just waiting. Hanging, waiting. Wow. All kinds of technical fun issues here this morning. This is it's weird. There we go. Erica, I just sent it to you on X. Let me know if you get it. If you don't, it's stuck on my end. But yeah, you can pop in if you get it. That's fine. Andy W is here. She says, good morning to Erica. Good morning, Andy W. And I see the Bud Files are here. I saw them pop in. Hello, Sue and the Bud Files. I don't know why that still says. Okay, now it says sent. So hopefully you got it. And if you want to pop in, you can. You certainly do not have to by any means. Fairbricks Studio is here and says hi. Does it mean anything to you guys overseas, Fairbricks? Like the inauguration is happening today. I don't know if it means anything to the people overseas or not. It means a lot to the people of the United States. For those, especially those that use TikTok in the United States, TikTok was banned for about, I want to say 12 hours or so. And then President Trump, the incoming President Trump, got TikTok unbanned. So, and at the same time, he also got prisoners released from Gaza. He's he even said yesterday, he said before he was ever quote unquote inaugurated, he's done more in the time that he got elected than Biden did in his 4 years in office. Now, he said that. That's his claim, not mine. But honestly, we really don't know what's been going on behind the scenes. But the truth of the matter is, it's very obvious that one of the two gentlemen has energy and is very, very active and very involved in what he's doing. And the other gentleman may not even know the things that he's being asked to sign. And we've seen that where he's handed something to sign and goes, what is this? What am I signing? And it's true. I mean, there's nothing, I'm just saying that's, you can make of that what it is. What I'm saying are factual accounts. It's not wrong. The world is falling back into order. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope some order comes to Southern California. They get the fires under control. All that kind of stuff is taken care of. It's very, very sad. But speaking of things that are coming into order, I want to share with you something that I found very, very interesting and very out of order. Okay. Oh, wait a second here. Looks like what's going on. What could that be? Who is showing up?
Doc, calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's me. It's Marty.
No, it can't be you! I sent you back to the future!
Hey, Doc, that's right, but I came back again. I came back from the future. Don't you remember last night? You fainted. I brought you home.
This can't be happening! You can't be here! It doesn't make sense for you to be here! I refuse to believe that you are here!
And back from the future is Erica of Erica.
Hello.
How's the future?
Yes. 6 hours into the future.
Yeah, indeed. My jump scare worked on my wife. Virginia said I did jump with that. It's fun. How you doing this morning? How's Raph doing? Are you feeling? Are you
He,
healed yet?
healed from what exactly? No, we're good.
You had like a
Yeah.
cold or flu or something. You did last
Oh, yeah, we're
at the beginning of the
finally
year.
past that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, just been dragging this weekend.
Yeah,
Staying up
I
late, sleeping in late.
So I streamed on Friday, and I'm gonna have some footage of what I filmed on Friday because I'm trying to put together a vlog for Festival of the Arts, but with the vlog, it's not really. I want it to be an informational vlog. It's not going to be like a play-by-play of what happened that day. It's actually going to be some more information about the festival and what all is really really good there. So it's a different kind of a video, and to do that, I'm going to have to take a little bit more time to edit it, but I was out there for several hours and then back out at, then I came home and we did some school, I think. And then I went back to the parks. I went back to the resort, Animal Kingdom Lodge, met up with Lorena and Marvin, the movie monster, and his wife and WDW Pro. We were all there. We had a good dinner at Boma. That was a blast and it was fun. But
I'm jealous. I wish I was there.
it was fun, but it took a toll. And the thing is, when you're like my age, especially, and I'm trying to get back into shape because hopefully, if I can over the next like year and a half, 2 years, really, really get back into shape, I'll get my energy back up. But I've let myself get out of shape, and I'm old. So getting out of shape and being old, those two things do not go very well together. And Saturday, I didn't realize the toll that it had taken on me, and I slept almost the whole day on Saturday. So when I came in with you guys, the Resort Recon, remember I wasn't feeling well, and I had
Yeah.
dropped. Yeah, I literally I was asleep within 15 minutes of dropping.
Oh, wow.
I was out. I was like, I could feel myself during the show. I'm like, where I don't have energy, and I by the way, I had my 2 cups of caffeine already, so it was crazy. Yeah. Anyway, so now you've got that immunity, you can walk through crowd. Oh, yeah, that's to you, Erica.
Oh,
Yeah, because you had it, so you're good. But now my question is, when were you last at the Festival of the Arts? What
I've
year?
never been. And I
Never
missed
been.
it by 1 day. Yeah, I missed it by 1 day last year. I was so mad at myself.
Okay, so you were here last year in, I'm
Mhm.
assuming, February, right?
Yep. I was home for 3 months last year at this time.
Did you go to Flower and Garden?
Oh, yeah.
Flower
I
and
always eat
Garden.
it. That's the one I am it's easiest for me to make for whatever reason over the years.
Okay.
Food and wine, kinda hit or miss. Farts, nope. Have yet to
Farts.
get to that one.
Farts is the best, man. Farts is great because that's how the park smells most of the year anyway. So yes, Eddie Palomo. Yeah, I understand, man. But I'm working on here's my goal. My goal is when I reach 55, which is about a year and a half, little more than a year and a half from now, I want to be in the best shape of my life. So I want to be in better shape reaching age 55 than I was when I reached age 39. And at 39, just before I hit 39, I was in the best shape of my life. And it was funny because I was in pretty bad shape at the beginning of that year, and I lost 60 pounds in about 7 months' time.
Wow.
And I got into really, really good shape. But at that time, I didn't have nearly as much muscle in my body as I have now. So my weight difference is tremendous. Now I have a lot more weight than I had that, but a lot of that weight is muscle that I put on. And it's going to be, I have like shape I'm going to get in, but my goal is to shed as much fat as possible while gaining muscle, and who knows what I'll look like. But I really want to get my body fat under 10%. And it's not because of the way I want to look, it's because of the way I want to feel. Hopefully I
Right.
will look because of it, but that's more icing on the cake than anything else. So
Cake.
cake. But over here, let me see if I can put it on the screen. Let me look. I need to put, let's start with this one. And this was the first thing that I encountered once I got past the spaceship Earth. So there it is, drawing on. And what I like about this in particular, and by the way, I should say the Flower and Garden Festival, it's really hard for me whether Flower and Garden is better than Food and Wine. They're about equal. Arts is my favorite festival of the arts. I wish it was longer. What I like about Flower and Garden, of course, are the topiaries and the beauty of the park. The park is so gorgeous during Flower and I mean, there is no time of the year when Epcot is prettier than it is during the Flower and Garden Festival, hands down. It's you just can't beat it. And the topiaries are gorgeous and it's fun. Last year they introduced a dancing Groot topiary. Did you see it? You probably saw it over by
No,
Guardian.
I don't think I did. I don't remember it.
So they had Groot and he had a big cassette tape in his hand. And I've got a vlog on the channel about it.
I didn't take a lot of photos last year. We basically went just to get out of the house and mainly ride rides.
Yeah.
And spend time with my sister.
Nice. Is that a Wicked themed figment? I don't know. Let me look. I don't think it is. It kind of looks a little bit like it over there in bottom right hand corner with the glass and kind of emerald city-ish. I don't know that it is necessarily. Drawings on inspiration for Imagineers, paint one purple dragon. I can't even read the writing that says underneath it. What I like about this, though, in particular, I have to say, is that this particular wall is the one where in June there's a different rainbow type decoration that goes up. I'm not a huge fan of that because there's a quote that's often quoted during the month of June, and that quote is "Love is love," which is a lie. I hate that. I really don't like a big giant lie being on display. There is a huge definition of exactly what love is, and that is in the Bible. Patience, kindness, service, all of those types of things. It is love is not love. and they're not even
add the fact that there's different types of love. I love my husband differently than I love my children,
Yes. But also what they're talking about isn't love anyway, it's lust. And not a word used a whole lot anymore. I've noticed that even Google doesn't recognize the word when I type it out. I'm like, you guys do know that lust is a thing. It's a real world. It does exist. I mean, it's a hunger beyond control, if you will, that needs to be, needs to be bridled, a passion that needs to be bridled and put under control, kind of thing. Yeah. Native Hawaiian says, "I love lamp." I want the bottom left figment. That's fantastic. Yeah, figment's a fun. Figment, of course, is the symbol of Epcot, and well, technically being intellectual property, it was intellectual property created for the park. So that's what we have here, and I'm going to go through. Let me see. I want to turn the sound off.
Is that a cherry blossom tree?
It might be. What I often tell people is that
I'm in
We
Florida.
experience fall in January here.
That's true.
It is true. This was behind, I think, the American Pavilion. Basically, a lot of this footage, and what I wanted you to notice is that, see that star? There's a star topiary that's from Christmas. It's right there at the end as it
Oh
comes
yeah.
in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's from Christmas, because this is, by the way, this looks really good to me. They have deviled eggs, chicken pot pie, and a hummingbird cake. And I've never eaten hummingbird before, so I think I think it's such a small thing. I'm like, I wonder what that morsel
Oh,
tastes like. But
there's a
here's what was
tree still
interesting:
out.
the Christmas tree, all of the Christmas stuff was still out. Not all of it, but a lot of the Christmas stuff, the Christmas tree and Christmas bunting. This was an American Pavilion that was all still out on Friday. And I was so surprised, because there's a lot of time between Festival of the Holidays and Festival of the Arts. Festival of the Holidays ends, technically the first weekend of January. And then there's like the break when they have the marathon weekend, and then they have Festival of the Arts. Well, I'm surprised, but the stuff did not get taken down. It apparently is today, because I was watching Resort TV 1 and chatting with Jenna, and she said that they've taken this stuff down.
Mm.
But there it is. There's the Christmas tree and the bunting. You can see now this was the American Garden Theater. I imagine that the show on Friday was probably a popular show. Fridays. So what they do during Festival of the Arts is they bring in Broadway entertainers, and I don't know what all they do. I've actually never even seen one of these shows, believe it or not. I've never sat down. First of all, it's cold. I'm not going to go sit there in the cold. But I think the two that were there on Friday were from the Broadway version of Frozen. So they probably sang "Let It Go" and all that. That was going to be my intro for the vlog. I love when the weather turns cold in Florida, we get these, like, I don't know what you call these kind of clouds, but they line up, and there's the lagoon is just beautiful at that time. But the clouds line up a very straight, like this. They're like a cirrus cloud. There's the Festival of the Arts 2025 banner.
Nice.
So there is that. Yeah. So, and I ran into Kyle Palo when I was out there. He's on my lives. He actually ended up on my live stream for a few seconds. Apparently, also PC Dev was there, and JoJo was there, and the three of them were together. I didn't see them when they were together, but that would have been much later in the afternoon, probably after I left. And yeah, so.
Well, that was the opening day, right?
Yeah, so this is opening
Yeah,
day,
a
and
lot
it
of
only goes for
bloggers were there.
Oh gosh, I ran into, who else was live stream? Jennifer Caruso, who I know from Pete McDevitt show. She was there. Who else was there? Pete from Adventures by Carney. I saw him live streaming, and I'm sure if I would have stayed into the afternoon, who knows? I don't know if Tim Tracker was there. He probably was. I don't know who all was there, but a lot of people end up at these festivals on day one. I usually try to go out and cover day one. This is my favorite festival booth. What time is it? Oh, it's 10:16. Okay. Yeah. This is my favorite festival booth at Festival of the Arts. It is the Pop Eats booth. Now, this was the booth in 2021 where the Figment popcorn bucket was sold.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have it organized like they have it organized now. So they sold the Figment popcorn bucket here, and in 2021, people had to line up for it. On day one of the festival, the line was 8 hours long. I'm not kidding you, to get a popcorn
I
bucket.
remember reading those reports and seeing the pictures and the videos.
I was there.
Crazy.
I was there. I was going to get into the line when it was 4 hours long or 6 hours long or something like that. But I'm like, but I got to eat first. I'm like, I'm willing to wait, but I got to eat. Anyway, so long story short, I never got my bucket. They sold out that year, and then they ordered more for the next year, and I got 2 of them the next year. And then they changed them last year for 2023, 24, whatever. I think trying to think if they might have had them through 2023, the Figment Head popcorn bucket. Anyway, this particular kiosk has this tomato soup with grilled cheese. But if you read it, it's the grilled cheese. It's with pimento cheese, bacon, and fried green tomato grilled cheese. And it is
Oh gosh,
such a good sandwich. It's super rich. And you take this, and the soup typically will be served in like a tiny little can until they run out of those. And they're just so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're serious clouds. Oh, are you talking about the very first day, 2021? We may have passed each other, but I didn't know anybody back then. I was 2021. I had just gotten or was about to get rehired. Like it was that weird lapse with the company, and I was still allowed to go into the park, but I was technically laid off, sort of semi, and then came back on as a lifeguard. It was a very, very strange time. Or was it 2022 that the big line was? I don't know. 2021 was a very strange time. It might have been 2022 was the Festival of the Arts with the big Figment popcorn bucket line. Honestly, 2020 through 2022 are all kind of blurred for me. I don't know why.
Right.
Don't know why. Yeah. Maybe Go on Shogi can tell me though. Was that actually 2022 that I'm talking about, not 2021? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, this is my favorite thing to eat at the Festival of the Arts. And this is another thing about Festival of the Arts that is unique is you can go buy this little palette of paint and help on this very, very large painting. It's a paint by numbers thing, okay? And at the end of the day, or whenever it's finally finished, it becomes a very long mural, and you can come back, especially for Pascal, you can come back and say, hey, paint that section of the mural. And I don't know where these end up, speaking. They obviously must end up somewhere. Okay, there's 2021. All right, okay. Good to know. I guess I couldn't remember. That Native Hawaiian was there. We were all there. We just didn't see each other because we didn't know each other yet. Let me get this off of here. But yeah, this ends up as a mural either at the end of one day or at the end of several days. I don't know how long that actually takes to paint. And this is probably just me getting the monorail going by. I want to get to, though, if I can. Those are shots that I took for Virginia because she loves flowers. So the Beyonce stage, they have put up outside of the Communicore building. And this is where all of the festival performers are going to be performing. Now, this stage being relocated here has had 2 other prime locations of the past couple of years. And I don't know if it was out at all during Flower and Garden last year, but this particular stage was located overlooking the lagoon towards the America side, that little flat area there between the two shops at Epcot. But before that, it was in front of the fountain of Nations. And of course, the Fountain of Nations is gone now. So it's an interesting backdrop, because now the backdrop is the Imagination Pavilion, which apparently is technically part of World Celebration, which is also very, very weird. Again,
I would argue they
Imagineers.
moved the fountain. I would argue they moved the fountain to Epic Universe.
Yeah. Well, no, Epic Universe is going to get an even better fountain than the Fountain of Nations ever was. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, leveled up.
Leveled up, baby. We can't wait for Epic to come into play. Yeah, I think I used the picture as the thumbnail for the thumbnail. This is Communicore Hall. This is where I met up with Kyle Paolo. He's not in these videos here, but because I went back later, as I'm sure Erica has seen the pictures in the past, this Communicore Hall has not yet until now been decorated like it is, where it was just kind of bland and basically it looked like an eating cafeteria. But for this, they actually decorated it. So they're showcasing the Broadway stuff inside. And it's actually decorated for the first time, really decorated. As you can see, they put the cloth curtains up against the wall. And they're talking about 30 years of Disney on Broadway, I think. And they've got a whole bunch of the props from Disney Broadway shows. So these are from The Lion King, and you can see Aladdin, The Lion King. You've got Frozen down there. Beauty and the Beast is highlighted too. And this, I mean, it's kind of wild because the way they have it lit and decorated and everything, the building looks completely different on the inside than it has before. So while this looks better, and I can say that it definitely does look better, my biggest issue is that you can see from them doing this, there is literally only space for one thing at a time in this. This is supposed to be a festival center. And in a festival center, they should be able to do this and then have way more than enough space left to have food kiosks and everything else down there. Like, for example, in the World Showplace building that they were using for the festival center, they could have set up all of this and still had 4 or 5 food kiosks, as well as seating and tables and entertainment and everything else, all under a single roof. And the problem with this space is that it is so small that it can only do one thing at a time. What are your thoughts on the way they're using the space now?
It's disappointing. You know, they have the money. They had the money to do something different. They could have just kept the existing building and just renovated it to look something like this with this color scheme and the lighting, and have that massive space they used to have. That would have saved them a ton of money, honestly, versus tearing down the old Communicore Hall or whatever it was called, and then rebuilding this small, very small version of what they had.
So the reason that happened is because the tearing down of the old Communicore Hall happened prior to the budget getting cut and them having to redraw the plans for this. So the initial plans were that 3-story building with a garden on top that we all saw and we're excited about in the artist concept drawing, and the budget got cut and that didn't happen. So these are outfits from Little Mermaid, Lion King, Aladdin, and frozen. And you know, this display is cool. It does look better than it has looked before, but now it's not an indoor place to sit. So it's kind of disappointing on that front. So yeah, go and show you. So I like what they put in there, but it feels like an empty warehouse. They do the same thing in DCA. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. What's up, Tommy Doyle? Good to see you in the chat. Oh, hell, Tommy Doyle is here. So that is what's. Go ahead.
So it serves basically as an exhibit hall when they want it to serve as that, and other times of the year, just empty space.
My very easy correction, honestly, for this is for them to put a roof over the outdoor space that they have in front of it, because where that grassy area is, it's a very, very large space, but it needs to be indoors. It should not be outdoors. Or it needs to, at the very least, be covered. If they could put a glass ceiling of some type over it, maybe if they don't want to make it completely enclosed, they have to put something over the top of that, because then you could have an outdoor space big enough that you could have more festival kiosks over there. You've got technically the two that are part of that building, one of which is closed off right now. And you could serve more food. You could have tables out there, and it would be a much better situation. The fact that that huge area is outdoors, that's where the real problem is there. And if it were indoor or under a roof and adjacent to what they call the Communicore Hall, then you could use Communicore Hall, the little plaza thing, as your display for like the Broadway stuff. Mm-hmm. And then the other area could be your gathering place to sit down and eat and enjoy the entertainment and blah, 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 whatever. But which seems like what they wanted it to be, except with it being outdoors, you're subject to weather, which can get very cold in the winter and is extremely hot all summer. And it's not, when you're dealing with Florida weather, outdoors is not a place that you want to gather in Florida. You want to have a gathering place be an indoor space. And that is the huge issue with that. But I do want to see if we can move on here. By the way, today is Martin Luther King Day. It is a very unique day in our history. What is up, Mr. Fulton Perez? The birthday boy has returned. Ours used to be a studio for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game, but they never fully converted it. It's an Avengers store and display, but it feels hollow. And we, of course, have the theater that used to be for American Idol, which sadly I auditioned for and I passed once and was going to get on the American Idol show at Disney. This before I ever worked there, and I didn't get my chance because I couldn't leave my son alone. It was just the two of us out there that day. And they would have needed me to separate off from him, and he was like 10 or 11 at the time. That's my oldest son now. Yes, the fact that they used to have passes for that. That's funny. But we do need to move on. Before we move on, just a real quick celebration to everybody that's stuck with us and is watching, and we'll celebrate the good. Somebody out there, I know you're going to like this because you love our Wookiee dance. And Going Shogi dropping 5 memberships during the celebration. Thank you for that, Going Shogi. Appreciate it. So congratulations to Karen Owen, Matthew Lee, Thomas Mess, Ryan Kelly, and Journeys with June and Brady. Congratulations, all brand new members of the channel. So if you guys want to keep up with my fitness accountability, that was Going Shogi's idea, by the way. Going Shogi, thank you for that, because it's kind of making me, on the days when I don't necessarily want to work out, it is making me. This, by the way, that's only for members of the channel. It's not something that I really love to do to put out to the public anyway, and that is keeping up with my workout. So when I'm finished with my workout, I post an accountability short on the channel, and it's for members only. So please check those out. If you are a member, keep your comments coming. The encouragement does help, and I will stay accountable to you as we go along. So far, I can't legitimately say that I've lost any weight yet, because my weight's fluctuated up and down around like 5 up, 5 down. Yeah, it does that when you first start. But I would imagine weight will start to come off soon. So, I heard myself echo.
Oh, it's It's probably me. The laptop
No,
is on the
you're
couch,
fine.
and I told Raph to close it, and he didn't.
Very small echo. That's perfectly fine. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm trying. I'm trying to follow what Yoda says. Remember Yoda said, "Try or try not. There is no do." I think isn't that what he said? Like, you gotta give it. So I'm trying. Actually, maybe I'm doing. I don't know. I want to put this on the screen though, because today is, of course, where do I put it? Here we go. Trump returning to power after unprecedented comeback, emboldened to reshape American institutions. And I hope that there are certain institutions that come back to America, institutions designed to help people out mentally while keeping people out of society who might be somewhat dangerous to us. Wait, what's in private chat? Oh, not sure what that was. Anyhow, Trump. I saw a YouTube video back there, but I don't know what it was.
Oh yeah, that's just for later for you to watch
Got it.
Offline.
Sounds good. Trump returning to power after unprecedented comeback and bold to reshape American institutions. Donald Trump's inauguration. So, for those who might be living under a rock somewhere, President Trump got reelected and is getting inaugurated at noon today. Yes. So, Erica, how do you feel about having a new commander in chief?
Oh, I'm excited. Everything's going to shift, especially on the military DoD side. I think the overall attitude of our military units and the feel of military life is going to shift. There was a definite shift back in 2016 for those 4 years, and it was a good one. So I'm looking forward to that coming back, where hopefully enlistments and commissions will come back up.
I've heard that enlistments
I think they will. There's so many people that loved serving under him, and I think would love to join the military and serve under him again. Yeah, there's going to be a lot that's going to get done, and just praying and hoping our military grows, so we have the manning and the capacity to carry out everything he wants to carry out.
It's true. People don't realize how important our military is to the stabilization of the entire world. Without the United States, the world would be, we saw what happened when the United States weakened under the current administration, and for the next few minutes. that two big major wars started. Those wars look like one of them has completely ended, I believe, and one is about to end. And we're getting, I mean, it's crazy, but a strong military presence and strength from the United States keeps the rest of the world stable in a way that people don't understand. Lots of ways I can't go into on the show, obviously, but Washington, out of the AP, Donald Trump, who overcame impeachments, criminal indictments, and a pair of assassination attempts. By the way, there is a lot more than just that pair, but that's another story. To win another term in the White House, will be sworn in as the 47th president today, Monday, taking charge as Republicans assume unified control of Washington and set out to reshape the country's institutions. Trump will act swiftly after the ceremony, with his executive orders already prepared for his signature to clamp down on border crossings, increase fossil fuel development, and end diversity and inclusion programs across the federal government. He plans to declare the beginning of a thrilling new era of national success as a tide of change is sweeping the country, according to excerpts of his inaugural address. The executive orders are the first step in what Trump will call the complete restoration of America and the revolution of, and I love this, common sense. And that's more or less what I am looking forward to getting back to, is an era of actual common sense. Good, Nita's here.
Hey, Nita.
They moved it indoors. Yes, it's very, very cold today. So I am just praying that we have sane people and true men. Yes, let the men be men, let the women be women. I served in the military for 20 years. I love the USA. Thank you for your service, Andy W. We appreciate, yes, prayers for continued safety. And yeah, I don't have a huge amount to say about it because it's all going to play out in its time. But I wanted to get your take, Erica, because I know that it's going to affect you and your life specifically because you are a military family.
Yeah, we've been through, gosh, I kind of lost count the administrations. And there's a huge shift between Democrat and Republican. We've noticed over the years. We've experienced severe budget cuts to our missions are barely able to get lifted off the ground. And I mean very critical missions that, and like the intel community and stuff that keeps us aware and tabs on our enemies. So we have maximum protection, security, in our nation. And when you see that shaky, it's very frustrating. It's frustrating for all of the service members that are just trying to do their jobs and they can't do their jobs to their fullest potential because they're having to scrape the bottom of the barrel to, get parts for planes, or robbing Peter to pay Paul to get planes lifted off the ground, to get missions done and carried out. And it,
how ridiculous does that
technology upgraded?
How ridiculous
it's very
does
frustrating.
How ridiculous does that seem in light of the fact that so much money has gone to Ukraine?
That's seeing
Like our own military. Our own military has been depleted so that money could go to Ukraine. Anyway, I do got to get off here because I realize what the time is, and we got to go over to Culture Casino, who's also going to be talking more about the inauguration today. But before we leave, I do want to thank you, Erica, for being on the show. And I also want to highlight Go and Shogi's 5 gifted memberships, and we have to celebrate today.
Yay.
It's a unique and different celebration, which we have seen before, but it is a big celebration because this is happening at noon today. We are going to have a new president. So with that in mind, let's do the Trump dance celebration. So there it is. Yes. Yes, indeed. And the funny thing is, it's my theory that Trump brought TikTok back just so that people could do that challenge on TikTok once again. That's why TikTok came back yesterday. It's so funny because watching the liberal tears cry as TikTok came back because probably a lot more liberal people use TikTok, I think, than conservative people. And yet Trump is the one that brought it back, and them making their excuses. It was just really funny to watch them do that yesterday. And I'm like, it's back. You guys have to thank him now. Anyway, speaking of thanking, thank you, Erica, for being here. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
I find us at Erica-Raff on YouTube, where I have videos on living life out here in Germany, Ramstein particularly, and of course, German stuff from the Christmas season to Halloween, where we live, our village, and just kind of life out here. And of course, you can find me on streams like, here and WDW Pro. I'm usually over there on Tuesdays. Lorena's Spice Lounge also on Tuesdays. And her Resort Recon on Saturdays. So I just kind of bounce around like that. And that's pretty much it.
Like Tigger. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger too. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. Thank you for being here. I will be probably on the Pro Show tomorrow, I think. And I'm working on my Festival of the Arts breakdown video, and then some other videos coming out to Captain America. And of course, I have more thoughts on Tiana's Bayou Adventure and what's going to happen to that in the future and other things. So stay tuned to the channel, and thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you again, Go and Shogi, for the gifted memberships. And let's pass you all on to Culture Casino. Make sure you say hi to him from us. And until next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao. Thank you. Thank you, Erica.
Bye.
Bye.